This is the DTNT Movie Nation.
The Flash races into theaters. The new Barbie film is expected to be a hit at the box office. Harry Potter is coming to television. Shazam 2 director is done with superheroes. I'm Jerome Turman, and this is the Movie Nation.
This is the DTNT Movie Nation.
Hello everyone, I'm Jerome Turman.
And I'm Andy Matusiak, and in this edition of the Movie Nation, we'll be speaking about the Hollywood studio Warner Brothers.
The Harry Potter TV series is coming, and we have everything you need to know about the show.
The highly anticipated Barbie film is expected to blow away the historical drama Oppenheimer at the box office.
I'm Nancy Tresco, and in this episode, Turman Productions is releasing its music video featuring the stars of Warner Brothers.
I'm Catalina Riel, and in this episode of The Rumor Mill, we ask if the Flintstones are coming back and if Shazam is looking for a new director. All that and more in this edition of the Movie Nation. But first, here's Jerome with our lead story.
The Flash speeds into a downward spiral at the box office. The Flash can't seem to outrun poor ticket sales. The latest DC superhero movie struggled for a second weekend at the box office. The Flash movie, which opened to a significantly less than expected box office of $55 million, was way down from the expected $75 million, and now it's looking at another bad weekend at the box office. While Warner Brothers hoped the film would lose only 55% in week 2 ticket sales, various outlets report that its domestic ticket sales dropped an incredible 72%, meaning The Flash only made $15.3 million this weekend. That puts it in third place behind both Pixar's Elemental and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Overall, The Flash has made a disappointing $87 million domestically and only $211 million worldwide. As of week 2, the fans are not racing to the box office to catch The Flash.
In this edition of our Hollywood Headliner, fans are expected to line up at the box office for the new Barbie movie. Barbie is currently set to outperform the movie Oppenheimer in its opening weekend release. It is well known that 2 big movies are coming out on the same day this summer: Barbie, the fantasy comedy directed by Greta Gerwig, and Oppenheimer, the historical thriller directed by Christopher Nolan. Both films are coming out on July 21st. ComingSoon.net is reporting that early box office projections from Puck is that Barbie is expected to earn $45 to $55 million in its opening weekend, which is more than Oppenheimer's projected $30 to $35 million. Both films have budgets of $100 million. Barbie's higher opening is to be expected because it has a PG-13 rating, creating a wider audience than the R-rated Oppenheimer. History lovers and Barbie doll fans will probably serve as factors in how these 2 polar opposite films perform at the box office.
Warner Brothers Discovery picks the franchise favorite Harry Potter for its rebranded Max streaming service. Executives from Warner Brothers Discovery announced during a presentation for journalists and investors that its upcoming TV programming will include the highly popular Harry Potter series. According to the Sentinel Tribune, the Harry Potter series is described as a faithful retelling of the books about the boy wizard by J.K. Rowling, featuring a new cast. Each season is intended to focus on one of the 7 books, though Max anticipates stretching the series to a decade-long run. The new Max streaming service, featuring Harry Potter, has replaced the company's existing HBO Max.
And now for today's cover story, Shazam 2 director says he's done. Shazam director David F. Sandberg has vowed to leave the world of superheroes behind for a while after his sequel bombed at the box office. Fury of the Gods took just $30.5 million on its opening weekend at the U.S. box office. That was down more than $20 million from the first film, domestic opening in 2019. And the DC Comics film cost $110 million to make, and Warner Brothers spent another $100 million in marketing, making a financial failure seem more than likely for the movie. After reading the reviews of his latest film, Sandberg tweeted, "I wasn't expecting a repeat of the first movie critically, but I was still a little surprised because I think it's a good film. Oh well, as I've always been saying for a while now, I'm very eager to go back to horror. After 6 years of Shazam, I'm definitely done with superheroes for now."
Warner Brothers Animation has a new boss. Bill Damashki has been named the new head of WB's animation division. Damashki was recently the chief creative officer for DreamWorks Animation. Expired.com is reporting that Damashki will give prominence to directors and writers during his reign. He also plans to develop new stories and worlds that audiences can anticipate and recognize for years to come. His plans mirror the work he created at DreamWorks, where he implemented a similar strategy.
I think because our goal is to make different types of films, it actually allows us to stretch different muscles of our filmmakers and really get behind the vision of our filmmakers. We're not actually having to make one kind of movie over and over and over. So it actually allows us to take chances, which ultimately is how you grow as a company.
The 52-year-old animation genius supervised some of the most successful animated productions of the past decade, including the films How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, The Croods, and Kung Fu Panda. And now our creation of a Warner Brothers music video to the 90s hit song Everybody by the Backstreet Boys.
So you're here to save the world.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
It's Godzilla.
Ow. Are we ready?
Wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's the question that drives us.
What is the Matrix?
And who might you be?
I am Dorothy. No place like home.
The creation of a new Flintstone movie is coming to Warner Brothers Animation in this segment of the Rumor Mill. Cartoon fans are preparing for yet another attempted revival of the Flintstones. Deadline.com confirms the Flintstones' origin story is in the early development stages. The film titled Meet the Flintstones will be written by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, who directed the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The new animated film will focus on the origins of the Flintstones family, most likely focusing on the early days of Fred and Wilma meeting, falling in love, and beginning their family. There could also be a focus on the Fred and Barney friendship, or even go as far back as the creation of Bedrock. With an origin story from the team behind the creators of Super Mario Bros., one of the highest-grossing animated movies of all time, the possibilities for the Flintstones are endless. And now for our Hollywood Roundtable.
Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about our favorite Warner Brothers movies. My favorite Warner Brothers movie is The Matrix. It's a movie that's filled with action, suspense. The storyline was amazing. The way they were able to just draw you in and to be able to captivate you and hold your attention through the entire film. It's hard, it's difficult to do that in filmmaking, and they did it. It was such a psychological film, and how they're living in a total different world than what we've imagined all our life. It was a great film. How did you feel about it?
I really enjoyed it. Definitely one of Keanu Reeves' highlights of his career, and obviously we can see that we got several versions of it with The Matrix Revolutions and Reloaded. So absolutely love the choreography. I'm a big stunt coordinator person, so I love to see the intricacies, the way that it all flows together. Some great technology that was invented to make some of those action scenes just absolutely marvel on the screen. It was amazing.
The martial arts, amazing. And Keanu Reeves, he actually had to train to master those moves. And you could tell he wasn't a novice. I've seen a lot of action films where the actors tried to pull off martial arts and they look terrible. He did not. It was good enough to lead me to believe that he was able to defeat the villains. And I just love that movie. I can watch it over and over again. So what's your favorite film?
For me, it has to be Elvis, hands down. So many great opportunities out there. But first of all, Baz Luhrmann, just an immense storyteller when you look at how he puts together not only his films from such a unique perspective, but just the way he lays it out. This movie in particular takes a whole different look at how the story of Elvis is told. We have so many different movies out there about telling the origins of this iconic individual and how he became to be so impactful to pop culture and our world. But taking the point of view of the Colonel, this man that really the whole world had no idea how much he had manipulated him and taken advantage of him, was such an amazing take to tell this story. It gave it such a different angle. Of course, Tom Hanks as the Colonel, you can't really argue with that, can you? And honestly, Austin Butler, I have no idea where they found him, but I am so glad that they did, because he was just absolutely phenomenal, so believable in this important, iconic character. It's not a character that you can get wrong. Everybody knows Elvis. If you get it wrong, they are going to crucify you. And obviously, as we can see, Austin Butler did it true to rights.
Elvis, I don't really care much for Elvis, but why do they still have, what's her name? What's her face that plays Priscilla? Seriously, why is she even on TV anymore? Like, I don't even understand. But anyways, I mean, I don't know. I'm just not.
I think that the Elvis movie, from what I'm understanding, was a very good movie. It was accurate. People say they learned something from it.
Kat, I totally disagree, Kat.
Did he just cut me off? Did he just cut me off?
Well, I don't think she was that bad.
I don't know. I think it's a difficult challenge when you're working with someone like Tom Hanks, first of all, and then just the absolute talent of Austin Butler in a character like Priscilla. She wasn't highlighted, so it's just a difficult position. So she did okay.
I think she did.
Disappointed,
Kat, be nice. Okay, Kat. What's your favorite film?
I actually really like Aquaman. I don't know if it's the movie or if it's just Jason Momoa. You know what? I love the movie. The movie was very creative. I love the storyline, although I can't remember it because all I remember is Jason Momoa. He's so pretty. Jason Momoa.
Give us some reason why you love the movie.
Jason Momoa was the movie. I mean, he is the movie. Every movie he makes, he's just the movie. It's just Jason Momoa.
Okay, I love Jason Momoa too, but that does not mean that that's the only reason why the movie is good.
Something about the movie that I like, that Jason Momoa was in it. It was just Jason Momoa.
I'm single, Jason. I'm single, just so you know.
What about Nicole Kidman?
I love Nicole Kidman. She's one of my favorite actresses, actually. But I don't remember her in the movie. I just remember Jason.
Well, maybe you should watch it again so you know what you're seeing, because you're just so infatuated. You got stars in your eyes right now of Jason Momoa.
Let's talk about Nancy's favorite film. Let's talk about
I don't
The
know
Wizard
what
of Oz.
kid
One of the
at
greats,
this
one of the
age
classics.
is going to want to watch that.
How can you hate The Wizard of Oz?
I think The Wizard of Oz is the best movie ever made by Warner Brothers. They have won 6 Academy Awards, Best Picture, and they made the best song that has won awards called Over the Rainbow, and it's the first colorized picture ever. Now the CGI, hey, they didn't have CGI, but no one's going to match that type of movie without CGI, and it's still classic and it's still loved. Kids still love to watch it. They even made TV series on The Wizard of Oz today that kids love to watch.
Hold on. First of all, our new generation kids with cell phones and all this high technology, they are not going to want to watch Wizard of Oz. They're going to look at Wizard of Oz and be like, Ma, like, what are we watching? What is it?
Okay, yes, you have a point, but it's The Wizard of Oz. It's Judy Garland. How can you hate Judy Garland?
We all love Judy Garland. I know, I understand, I know it's dated, but it's a classic. You know, sometimes you need dated movies to remind you how far we've come.
If you put this movie on for anyone under the age of 30, somewhere in their 30s, I guarantee you they're going to be so bored to death. They're going to be like, what even is
You know
this?
what? This ain't about that. It's about the best movie of all time that Warner Brothers has made.
They're going to want to wish they had their ruby red slippers so they could clap it 3 times and run for their lives.
Has that worked for you? Has that worked for you when you clip
No.
the slippers
No,
together?
and that's
Has
my
Momoa come
problem.
to you yet?
You know what? Momoa's not the one with the red slippers.
You're the one that loves
So,
Momoa.
here's
You
the
have
thing.
the red slippers.
Let me
you
tell
clap
you
them
something.
together.
Let me tell. Hold up, girl. Hold up. Wait a minute. Un momento, por favor. If those ruby red slippers actually worked, I would have been with Jason Momoa a long time ago.
And that ends our segment of the Hollywood Roundtable.
But before we go, we want to show you the latest Barbie movie trailer starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Barbie is set to hit theaters on July 21st. Enjoy!
It's the first day of summer, and there's only one way to celebrate.
Don't miss out on the biggest
and pinkest movie of the year.
It's time to strap on your neon rollerblades
And get your tickets now for Barbie. Where are we? This is Barbie Land.
Are we going to get small like doll size, or are Barbies our size?
Yes. Basically everything that men do in your world, women do in ours.
The president's here.
I am, you're welcome. Barbie is a doctor and a lawyer, and so much more than that.
Thought we discontinued her. Hi, Barbie!
There are Kens too?
There are many Kens.
Where do the Kens stay?
I love you too.
I don't know.
Barbie, July 21st, rated PG-13.
That now ends our show.
We look forward to seeing you on our next episode of the DTNTMovieNation Movie Nation.
I'm Jerome Turman for Nancy Tresco, Catalina Ariel, and Andy Matuziak. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.